Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent. We're back with what would be the penultimate scenario of Bloodborne, the new fan campaign that I'm alpha testing. Scenario 7, Communion. For this playthrough, it's the finale. We're alpha testing, the campaign's not finished. We saw a lot of that in the previous scenario and a little bit in scenarios before that. I expect that Communion might also be a little bit rough around the edges, but that's fine, we're alpha testing. We're here to help smooth out those little bumps. And speaking of little bumps, we have the bag issue again. This is my Hunter of the Old Workshop. It got pulled from up here. From right there. Not quite sure how. This is a Bottomless Curse, but it didn't pull my Bottomless Curse from over here. This is a new one. And this is the Augur Every Ice that was over here. I already found that one was missing and got rid of it. Instead, when we search this bag, we'll find several locations to come out. And also there's an easy chaos bag in here that we won't be using. Not really sure why that's there. It might be related to all the problems we just saw. And then we'll show our decks and get into setup where we'll figure out where these locations exactly go. Coming over the deck upgrades for Diana, we have more experience than God. It's a 76 experience deck. We're actually not fully upgraded. This is just Mystic shit. Deny 5 is crazy expensive. My original deck plan didn't even plan to upgrade it, but I've got so much experience that I figure Deny 5 is probably better than Guts 2. So here we are. We've upgraded all of our glue binding spells, got Encyclopean Hammers, got the cancels we want, upgraded our denies, almost got our final Guts. It's crazy that a purple character can have a 76 experience deck that isn't finished, but here we are. And if this was a full campaign, we could get to like an 85 experience deck that was fully finished. I'd have a second Guts and Observed, and I don't really think there's a single card I could add. We can upgrade our dodges. There's always a way to spend experience. Coming over to Skids, we're challenging that assertion because I bought Haste and Observed, and I don't really know how to spend the last 2 experience. I don't think there is anything that improves the deck. And I cut Faustian Bargain. Diana's on her own. She can make her own money. I just don't need it. I made so much money last scenario. Faustian Bargain was just obviously a bad card, and I really missed Haste. There were several turns where I was like, I can go hit this guy twice, and I'll probably kill him, but if I pull an autofail, he'll hit me for 2 horror and I'll die. And Haste basically removes that. I can still autofail multiple times, but it's so much less likely that it no longer needs to be planned around, really. Which is really just baiting me into killing myself, but hey, most of the time it's baiting me into better plays. Now, coming over to Scenario 7, Communion. If you failed the previous scenario, you skipped Communion 2. We didn't, so we go to Communion 1. We just get a physical trauma, and then, since neither of these things are happening, we're going to skip ahead to Communion 3. Which we're going to add a Curse or Madness to our decks. Sorry, not a Curse or Madness, a Pact or Flaw. I rolled these already. I got Pay Your Due and Through the Gates. I realized I hadn't declared who I was getting them for, but I mean, Pay Your Due only works on Skids, so that sort of narrows it down, doesn't it? Pay Your Due on Skids might not be a big deal, and Through the Gates should not be a problem on Diana, but if she does happen to hit specifically Cyclopean Hammer, that could change the way the scenario plays quite a lot. Now, going on to the scenario, I've got all this out. This is the final scenario we're playing. I meant to test out this quest. I'm very confident that I got 3 head treacheries by 2 or more in the previous scenario. I did a huge number of them. I just forgot this was in play, despite putting it right next to this so I wouldn't forget. So we're just going to imagine, for the sake of playtesting it, that I had done this, and we flipped her over, and we got the Blood Vial story asset. And then we sandbagged a little bit to do both things, where you take 3 damage and remove the top 3 treachery cards. We had Xavier, we could easily take 3. And you're removing them, not drawing them, so it's not that dangerous. And you remember that she drank the old blood 11 once per game, and then you heal 5 and you draw the top 3, and that's very scary. But we were at a point where we like just crushing the campaign, and we could have stalled for a turn and 2, really 2 turns, to deal this. And if we had, then we would have been able to record that we drank Yosefka's blood as well. And at the end of the scenario, you would flip this over, you would resolve it, you would record both of these things, and I don't even know if they're going to get used in this version of the game. They might be in Scenario 8. But I record that both the scientist and doctor's voice grows stronger. Interestingly, you don't need to do either of those things. You can just, like, finish the quest and you get the card. You don't have to do either. That might not be the intention, because most of the others you have to succeed at them, but this just records stuff and you always get the other card. But this card is now exiled, this card was never in my deck, and we get the Dr. Yosef's Clarified Blood, a slotless asset that lets you Lightning Bolt test head 3. And it can be any investigator at your location. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. And then the next investigator applies the amount you succeeded by to the next test they perform this round. To simplify this text, I would make the effect mandatory. If the test succeeds, that investigator applies the amount succeeded by to the next test. No reason to have made choose, just make it mandatory. It's always a good thing. If you're using this to troll your survivors, let it troll the survivors. No reason to be a hard ass about it, right? Let them troll. No one ever does. No one's bringing griefing Charlie Kane, not really. Anyway, that's it for our decks. Let's continue on with setup. We proceed to Communion 4, which goes to Communion 5. Communion 5, if your recognition is 12 or lower, Communion 6. And then in Communion 5, if our recognition is 12 or lower, skip to Communion 8. It's not, so we're going to Communion 6. We check these things, and we need to get to 9 tallies. We did not have a dream of the beginning or of yearning. We did take Lumen Flower. We're at 1. We asked of hunts and the first hunts, I believe. First hunts and other hunters, so that's 2, 3. We didn't ask about whatever Gurman's thing is. We did get the Orphan's Court of the Eye, that's 6. An investigator added any other Court of the Eye story asset to their deck at any time, 8. At least 4 Bergenworth Mysteries, plus 5, 13. We did not get Wild Curiosity, we did get Bottomless Curse, 15. The Healing Church was undone, 18. We have 18 out of 7, right? 18 out of 9. So we go ahead to Bottomless Curse and record that the Nightmare has invited the investigators to solve the mystery of the Bottomless Curse. And I'll go ahead and put the number as well. Then we go to Communion 7. Communion 7, we check our campaign log and record tallies again. We're looking to be 10 or higher this time. We did both Dream of Adventure, so that's plus 2. We did not take Madman's Knowledge. We did not take Mince's Cage. I believe we learned of the union between Arkham and Yharnam, didn't we? So that's 3. Dr. Cecily on Master, that's 5. We got a Court of the Eye, 6. We didn't do whatever this is. I remember seeing it, but we didn't get it. It was an alternative on that victory location. We have 4 Miskatonic Mysteries, 10. So like if you do well in that scenario, you're supposed to get both of these is what I'm getting out of it. Plus 5 is just a huge amount. We didn't get Rapturous Writhing. We didn't do either of these. We were chosen, 11. And we got this, 14. So I'm gonna record in the Mince's Ritual. The Nightmare invited us to solve the mysteries of the Mince's Ritual, and I think that was 13 out of 10 I just said. Now we go to Communion 8, and then we go to Setup. We're gonna gather these cards. I assume it's been done for me. We're gonna gather more cards and set them aside, I believe. Yes. If we have 15 or higher recognition, we get this set. Oh, it's a Milkweed card. Cool. What are our Milkweed options today? We have a Ludwig. All right, it's the same Milkweed slot we saw last time, so it can't be Ludwig. And we'll see who it is at a later point in time. We get 2 more Hunters. You actually can never see all the Hunters then? Weird. I forgot to put the ones that I killed last time up there. Oh, you would see the last 2 Hunters in the finale. Yep, checks out. Let's see if there's anyone here I specifically want to see. Getting items no longer matters, so I'm going to comment on all this stuff now, I guess. Because we're never going to play with any of these. The Bone Marrow Ash, 1 supply. If an enemy is defeated at your location, get a resource for it. Limit once per round. Exhausted and spend a supply. You get +1 to fight actions with firearms. May use your foot instead of your fist until the end of the round. Once per round assets that you fight with foot instead of fist aren't good. That's the sort of thing you have to do constantly. That's why marksmanship isn't actually run in pretty much any deck, despite clearly being meant to do this exact thing, which sounds good on the surface. Additionally, I think Bone Marrow Ash doesn't do this in the game. If I recall correctly, it just straight up doubles the damage you would do on 1 ranged weapon attack. So yeah, firearms. I'm aware this is meant to be a more interesting card by doing this, but I don't think this is a good card in its current state, and if it were faithful to the game, it would just give you 1 more damage on your attack. The Evelyn is a 3-use hand asset gun costing 5 resources. You can exhaust it and take a damage to get an ammo. It's in line with the other gun in that respect. It's not infinite ammo though, it's just getting ammo. You can spend 1 ammo and exhaust it. Oh, so it's once per turn to fight. I don't know about that. You get +3 fight and deal +1 damage. If you succeed by 2 or more, you may heal 1 damage or ready Evelyn. Oh, it's a rogue card. Now I understand why it's bad. Okay, we're good. It's not terrible. It's a little bit overcosted. Most characters can't afford to hemorrhage damage to get bullets. And I think it's a little bit undertuned. The card just needs to be buffed a little bit to really feel usable. In its current state, this is not something I could see myself adding to any deck, really. The Gold Ardeo, 2 costs, no slots. Healing Church Executioner gets +1 health when you equip it. Exhaust it, you may use Book instead of Fist to investigate. You may not engage in fight actions. Oh, okay. Say you may not take fight actions. That engage is another type of action, so that's very confusing. Made a note of that coming back until the end of the round. You cannot use this ability if you have taken any actions this turn. I would say if you have dealt damage this turn instead of that, because this is like getting around it in 2 ways. First, if you haven't done a fight action, you should still be able to do this. And the point of fight action is dealing damage. The spirit of the card would stop you from using something like Blood Rights. Obviously, a Fist character is not using Blood Rights. But the point is that this card has like ways to get around it and ways it doesn't work, where if you change it to having dealt damage, that no longer happens. I don't think I'd ever run this, but there are definitely investigators that would consider running this. I don't think you should, but it's a neat effect. It's definitely a really neat effect. I don't know if I would put it in a deck, but I don't know if you could ever really meaningfully buff this. And our last one is a Make Contact, 5 cost Ritual Arcane asset from the Choir Assassin with 4 charges. Spend a charge, investigate, +2 skill test, head instead of book. If you succeed, discover up to 3 clues. For each clue you discover, take 1 direct. This card deals you 12 direct horror. What are you talking about? This is not playable. This just kills you. I'm gonna make a note that Make Contact is literally unplayable. If you made it so as a cost to using this, you just took a direct horror, I would still think it's worse than all the other Mystic assets, but it would at least be somewhat playable. Anyway, we're getting 2 of these guys. Whatever they have, we're not using it. Don't actually know what that guy would be, but I guess I wasn't supposed to look at them, was I? I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know what any of their stats are in the first place. Get out of here, hunters. Apparently someone's using a chainsaw next door. I hope that's not coming through in my video too much. There are going to be a potential of total of 3 act decks in play simultaneously, determined by your previous story and gameplay choices. Begin by constructing the Act and Agenda A decks, and put them into play. Then check your campaign log. The Nightmare has invited us to solve the mystery of the Bottomless Curse, so we get the Act C deck, and it's also invited us to do the other one, so we get the Act E deck. So we have 3 Act decks. I'm gonna be honest, I'm hype as fuck. I love me some Threads of Fate. We'll get to that later. What else is happening? We gather the 9 locations of the Hunter's Nightmare and put them to play according to the diagram. Let's see, who is supposed to be in the middle? The Hunter's Nightmare, red square. You go in the middle. Who's supposed to be on the right? The Eastern Cathedral. And then by process of elimination, Murgo's Loft is in the bottom left. Gather the Princess Lunariums, double-sided. All this stuff goes out of place, so it's in the box. 12 fragments of Nightmare locations, set them aside, face down. I'm guessing I have a deck for that somewhere. Revealed side, face down, I guess is what it should say. But I knew what they meant. We have keys set aside, face down. And on standard, we add a -5. -5 goes in, goes under added, and let's keep reading. During the scenario, locations will be arranged in a set pattern. Location that is next to another location in this manner is considered adjacent. Locations are only adjacent orthogonally and not adjacent diagonally. We got standard adjacency rules, phrased a little bit weirdly at the start here with the set pattern stuff, but maybe that's been in all of them and I just don't remember. Replacing locations, I'm assuming it just takes all the attachments with it, like always. Looking like it. A tragedy in 3 acts. The scenario contains 3 different act decks, A, B, C, D, and E, F, depending on your previous story and gameplay choices. You begin the scenario with multiple act decks in play. If this is the case, each act deck is constructed separately in numerical order. During the course of the scenario, players must choose which act to pursue and which to ignore. When investigators advance the act of their choice, each other act deck is removed from the game. That's really cool. I'm sad that this isn't Threads of Fate, because like I just said, I love me some Threads of Fate, but I really enjoy the idea that there's just going to be straight up like 3 very meaningfully different finales based on what you do here. Big old location diagram and resolution. So we are ready. Usually there's something that says start the game, but I don't really care. We're ready to go. We have 3 agendas. How much Doom is that? Oh my god, that's it's a 23 turn clock. That's so long. I'm expecting to see several Ancient Evils at that point. The first one's just 10 Doom. Now we have Origin of the Nightmare. Following the cries of the baby. Letting its cry guide you onward. I don't know if that necessarily implies I'm gonna kill it. This looks like this is just killing Murgo's Wet Nurse like I would expect it to be. The Origin of the Nightmare. Follow the Sanguine River to its... Wait, hold up. One of these is the DLC. I'm really interested in the DLC. Oh no, we're doing sliding puzzles. This was the worst part of Dark Matter for me. They're not hard, I want to play Arkham. Okay, we're doing this one though. Fuck the other ones, we're doing this one. So we want hourglass, other hourglass, sticks, and other sticks. Purple, gold, and green. None of them start off correct, and in fact, none of them start off in play. They're all gonna be over here. This could be a long scenario. I see why it's 23 Doom. But yeah, we're gonna be following the river to its source, because I mean, Ludwig is already dead. I'll admit that, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna find there. He is the source of the river. But I'm still doing it. The DLC was my favorite part of the game. And if it wasn't your favorite part of the game, I'm confused. And we're gonna take out these 11 set-aside things. Formless Core of the Eye, Queen's Stone, the Rakuyo. Oh, it's gonna be sick, isn't it? If there's any item I expect to be overtuned as hell, it would probably be this. You get +2 fish for this attack, do +1 damage, exhaust it before drawing a Chaos token to deal an additional damage. If you successfully evade an enemy, take an immediate fight action against them. Yes. The dirty fighting synergy I've always wanted. I don't have the hand slots for this, I'm holding a black fan. But being able to swing for 3 at no additional cost, and in addition getting a dirty fight action after evading that doesn't exhaust, meaning you can do it every time you evade somebody if you have to evade multiple times in one turn. This is really, really good. This is what I want to see out of like all the other rogue weapons where I've been like, oh, that's why it's bad, it's a rogue weapon. This is a rogue weapon from Scarlet Keys where it's like dirty fighting power levels. That is what I want to see so that that class can stop being in the dumpster. Act 2 additions, Act C additions, Act 2E, 2A. We're doing which act? Act C, so this is the one we're gonna want. So move these all the way over here because we're not doing them. Act 3C, we're gonna need these. Spire of Mensis. National Clock Tower. There seems to be a lot of locations the Hunter Dream gets replaced with, I say. Oh, are the beacons the lanterns? I wasn't reading the flavor text. Well, it doesn't say they are, but like if it goes to the Spire of Mensis like I think it does, they're totally the Winter Lanterns. Anyway, scenario set up. I'm assuming we start at the Hunter's Dream, but I don't quite recall, so I need to go check. Oh, this is the Hunter's Nightmare, not the Hunter's Dream. It makes sense, it is the DLC. No Shroud, 3 clues. Forced each enemy drawn from the encounter deck gain surge. Let's fucking move. Let's go. Let's be somewhere else. We can't stay here. Anyways, getting into the scenario, I think we're ready to go. I think we've looked at everything. We should see what these cards do before we start taking tests. Am I safe to gamble it up 2? No, I need to gamble it up 3. Do we actually have no tablets? I haven't seen a tablet in a very long time. I think we swapped our only tablet. Yeah, we have 2 cultists. We didn't start with a second tablet. So we swapped out our only tablet for a squid at some point. But there are 2 squids, -3 if you fail resolve the force effect on an elite enemy in play, which is pretty scary. It is just a -3, but there are 2 more -3s. So yeah, it's worth gambling it up 3 when I can. Anyways, 5 cards, not those cards. Hard Knocks is great for gambling. Black Fan isn't great for your opening hand. Neither is Lonnie, neither is On the Lamb. Emergency Cash is just objectively good. That is a great opening hand. I can just draw the enemies, it'll be fine. I don't know if I've shuffled that. Doesn't really matter anymore because I drew over Celis, so it's not like I'm even changing the card I get. Backpack stays, Emergency Cash would normally stay, but Backpack can find it again, and I'm a greedy idiot. So we're gonna mulligan everything but Backpack. Get out of here. Deny 5, Brother Xavier. No one's dying today. Cool. My curiosity is killing me. I've got to go first. Here, I play Backpack. Do I have the Cyclopean Hammer? Boo hiss! I do get the knife, and the Emergency Cash, and this. So I do still get a full Backpack, but I don't hit second Backpack or Hammer, which can be a bit spook. I'll put all of these next to this. I'm going to play the Emergency Cash immediately, make sure that's shuffled. The Twilight Blade's never getting played, I'm just going to be sad about it. And this probably gets played relatively soon, but not anytime immediately. Last action, we really need to move. I rebuilt Diana's deck, I realized I needed to make a change at some point, that's why there's a second icon. We're going to go to the Cathedral. Spend player clues, replace. You want to have clues or I have to do it myself? Hey, thanks. 3 Shroud, 2 clues, spend player clues. The Eastern Cathedral is replaced with one of the following fragments of the Nightmare. Lightning Bolt, pay X resources, search the top X cards of your deck for a card and draw it. That's awesome. What's the phrasing on Mr. Wook? If a weakness is revealed is not correct. If at least one weakness is among the search cards, draw one of them as well. That's how it is. When you search your deck, you don't reveal any cards, so that is phrased incorrectly. And I'll make a note of it, it's a minor thing, but like that's what I'm here to do, is to give you a bunch of minor rules gripes that you don't care about, but have to be fixed, right? Alright, that's it for Diana. Over here on Skids, what are we doing? Are we gonna watch this? Not immediately. We're gonna play Emergency Cash during our own turn to gain money, draw a card. Lucky Cigarette Case is a good draw. We gotta play Hard Knocks to gamble better. And then we walk over to Diana to avoid surging enemies. And after our turn in the enemy phase, we're going to use Watch This, both points on Hard Knocks. We're betting the full 6. I've never been punished in my life. We're throwing in Quick Thinking too. If Skids can fail me now, then he doesn't deserve to have the opinion I currently have of him. Let's just gamble everything for no fucking reason. Come on, do it to me. Not even once. Well, that's not true. It definitely happened once this campaign. Anyway, I was at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 to difficulty 3. I get the Quick Thinking off, I get the Emergency Cash, I go back to 6, I make 6, I get an action, I use it to play Saw Cleaver. Because this campaign has been nothing if not fight heavy. Oh man, but I'm so greedy. I'm a greedy idiot. I keep forgetting that I'm retarded and play badly. I'm playing the cigarette case to find the better weapon. Because Salt Cleaver is no longer my best weapon. Anyway, upkeep phase, upkeep phase. Haste is fine. Dodge is okay. 1 of 10, make sure that's shuffled. Evil cards. 29 is the lowest we've seen in a while. So 4/3/4, Hunter, spoils. Oh wait, this is our Hunter. He's not a normal part of this set. Prey, highest book, won't matter. Fight and evade actions against him test head instead of fist or foot. Scary as hell. Diana, where's that hammer? Come on, chop chop. I forgot to put Dark Insight in Diana's hand. I'm aware of that because I want to play Dark Insight. I play Dark Insight. Like immediately, her ability goes off and this guy is getting shuffled back in. I ain't doing that, try again. Like we're not ready for that card. All right, I'm gonna fail. Oh man, this should be reveal cards on top of your deck. It's the same thing in terms of a penalty, but it's just randomly making your plans as a player not work. Anyway, I'm gonna get wrecked by it, I think. Promise of Power puts me up 1. I'm trying to think if I can save myself by gambling and searching with Cigarette Case. I don't have a you handle this. My Savant presently gives me +4, letting me test at 6/4. I'm going to gamble at 5/0. I pass by 4. Let's see if we can't hit Savant. We should have just discarded the cards. They're all trash. We're able to fight though. Like this is the only 3 cards we actually need to fight. Anyway, yeah, discard the top 4 cards. That's so close to passing. It's heartbreaking. And it's not in the top 4. It's until I hit a weakness. Bye, Hot Streak. Bye, Gias. Bye, Trenchcoat. Bye, Signature. Hey, Mob Enforcer. I'm gonna make a design note. Invite Madness really should just be reveal. Anything that randomly discards from your deck has no game impact other than making the player unhappy. That's an opinion I very strongly hold. Anyway, over here we have the Laurent Silver Beast, 2/4/3. To fight it, you have to choose and discard a card. This is just a chump enemy. Like, you're supposed to kill a lot of these guys? That doesn't seem okay. Like, if you have a flamethrower, this is annoying, but if you have any weapon that doesn't hit for 4, this is awful. That's one of those... That's such a powerful effect for a normal enemy in the deck to have. I'm gonna make a note of that. I honestly feel like that guy just kills 2 cards in Skids' hand if Skids had cards. No, not even. Skids literally cannot attack him because it's a cost to attack him. Holy shit. That's so bad for us. We're looking at like play 1 card and dodge on Diana, skip her turn. That's like all we can do. We just can't deal with this guy. I'm gonna make a note that Laurent Silver Beast feels aggressively too powerful. How many copies are there? If there are 3, I'm very upset. There's only 2. At least there's that. But that ability's insane. That's gonna be, for most fighters, that's minimum discard 2 cards, and you spend 2 actions killing it. Like, that's just such a strong effect. I cannot overstate that. Alright, so on Skids, like... I don't have the money to play all of these and tell this guy to go away. Losing Gias, Hot Streak, and Trenchcoat are pretty rough discards. It's really results oriented to say that my Lucky Cigarette Case made things worse, but it definitely made things worse. I mean, I have to start this turn over here by paying 4 resources. I can't deal with him any other way. I can't use haste this turn, so I need to just play Saw Cleaver so I can do my job. I can't use my last resources, otherwise I lose the ability to gamble, so I'm just going to draw a card, because nothing else works. Ace in the Hole isn't really what I'm looking for right now. Like, my action... I can play Ace in the Hole as the world's most expensive deep knowledge. We're kind of in the ballpark of needing to do that, though. I play Ace in the Hole. I play Haste. I gain a resource, tap Haste, and get the money back. So that's, like, better than where I was, I guess, but this is not able to fight the Laurent Silver Beast at all. Now, over here, we're poor on Skids. That's not good. I can't really take 1/1. I'm gonna play Brother Xavier, even though it doesn't do anything to progress the game. He attacks me, I dodge. I get the resource back, I draw a card, the basement goes up. And I think that's just it for me. I let him hit me, I let it all go to Xavier. I know I can deny this, but it's a really inefficient deny. Like, soaking it on Xavier is just fine. I don't want to deny to heal for 1 horror, that sounds rough. Upkeep. It's just like a shit turn all around. 2 of 10 Doom. The Scourge Beast is here, at least we can deal with him. Next, we've got Pale Blood Sky. Like, I don't think we're moving anyway, so I don't care about this. We're up 1. Yeah, we can't move. That's fine, though. Swing, swing, haste, swing, right? What's my last action? Before I take my turn, I use this and manual decks. Wait, what are my numbers right now? Shit, what are my numbers right now? Hold up. I was just over here like, I'm playing Skids. My numbers are forever. But I don't have well connected. I don't have Gias. I don't have Black Fan. I'm swinging at 4-3. 5-3 with double action. I can manual decks during my own turn. I can evade with manual decks 7-3. I don't have dodge over here, so I can't dodge the attack. I will have to eat 1-1, which is scary, but fine. Okay, for the sake of efficiency, I think it does have to be Dirty Fighting, take 1-1 for playing it, evade him with manual decks. 7-3, auto feels real bad here. Draw 2. He's evaded, I Dirty Fight. -2, pass by 1, it's not good numbers. He's taken 2, and he's dead. And you don't do anything. I didn't get -3 on any of that. I barely had that because of the other beast. Holy shit. This is bad. This is not good. I do have Lucky in hand now, so that's nice at least. I probably should have used Hard Knocks there, but now that I have it, I'm going to gamble with Hard Knocks. If I bet 3, I'm up 2. I need to be up 3, so I can only bet 2. If I fail, I have to Lucky. I need this money. Up 3. This is why we had to be up 3 in the first place. Get the 2 back. Get 2. Insight would have been nice. I will keep counting Recognition even though it's the end of the campaign, because theoretically the campaign's supposed to go on after this point, so I need to playtest this as though the scenario is continuing. Now, I'm going to discard this now. I know I'm not moving out of my location. What do I do? What's down here again? I've got a shitty knife. I could discard 4 cards to eventually kill him. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, man. I don't think that one's gonna happen. Dude, this thing is out of control. Like, even if I had a real weapon, its effect is terrifying. Look at my hand size. At least on Skids, he's the one who's supposed to be fighting right now. I want to play this stuff, but my fighter literally can only attack that thing twice. And I have to discard core cards from my deck to do so. I've got to trip him, give him to Skids, and let Skids keep tripping him. I passed by like 1 several times during my turn, right? I'm going to assume at least one of those passed by 2. Surely they can't all have been passed by 1, right? I think they actually were. I think I passed by 1, 1, and 0, so I can only search the top card. But I'm still going to use that cigarette case, damn it. I guess I don't need to shuffle my deck if I only search the top 1, huh? So, coming back over here, shit. This is just such a scary card. I have to be evading it. I can deny the hit this time. Heal the horror, get another thing in my basement. I don't even want to. I think I want to blow up Xavier so I can kill him. I can't keep skipping turns. I'm going to draw 1, gain 3, take 1, 1. Okay, so we can blow up Xavier and kill him now. We currently have 3, 6 to 2. That's good enough. I do this. I discard a card as a cost to fight him. I pick Full Me once. Cool. He takes 3. When he attacks, he's going to kill Xavier and kill himself, meaning I don't need to wait. I play Stand Together, gain 2, gain 2. He attacks, he kills Xavier, he kills himself. It's just a normal enemy. That's just like a dude. There's 2 of them. Holy shit, that guy's out of control. We got through it. 3 of 10 Doom, evil cards. Alright, you can spawn anywhere. But you have Hunter. And you're easy to kill right now, so I'd like you to start with me. Cool, you're bigger now. Not much bigger, you still die in 1. Okay, when we swing at this guy, it's just 4-2. I use 1 Hard Knocks. God, there's... Like, is the deck really high enemy density, or is this just bad RNG? It's... Okay, if I hadn't shuffled the deck because of this, my next cards were... The next 9 cards had 7 enemies in them. Stop rigging the game. Stop that. Put Mythos cards in there that have treachery effects instead of just enemy cards, please. Okay, I swing at this guy, up 2. I swing at this guy, up 1. Big swing, up 2. Lucky, don't miss. It's easy. He's dead. Double swing that guy. I should have been up like that, 1 on each, right? The first guy had 2 fight. I was at 4, so I would have wanted to be at 3. That's really good. Then I swing at this guy. I'm same exact thing. I'm beating 3 now. 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3. Yeah. I'll take that manual dex like I've never taken a card before in my life. Thanks. I could take other things, but I need the draw. That's awesome. Good job, Skids. I'm going to gamble before Diana's turn. I commit this. That puts me at 6-0. 6-2. I'm going to take 6-3. Actually, I'll probably lose a draw if I go more aggressive than that. 6-2 is fine. That's 3-2, unfortunately, so I only get the one draw, but I still get 2 resources. As always, we're not going to play with hospital debts correctly, but this time it's because there's not a scenario after this one and not just because I forgot. Anyways, over here on Diana, I can finally do things. Is it just play Clairvoyance and Divination? I mean, that seems fine. I only need 1 for the time being. That would mean it's better to use the other one. Our numbers actually aren't that good since Savior said, right? We're looking at 5-3 and pass by 0. There are 3 -3s in the bag, by the way. Choose and discard 2 cards. So I'm going to draw a card. There are better ways to do that. I play... Oh, there aren't. Big sad. That's not good. I'm going to draw a card. Ignore this mess. Okay, I want this backpack to go off. How much do you cost? 3? Screw it. You're all dead to me. I don't have that kind of money. My economy's in shambles. My morale is in shambles. Everything's in shambles. Search the top 12. Where's the search button? I'm on tilt. I'm tilting so hard. Cyclopean Hammer. At least we're shuffling that Ward of Protection deeper. No second emergency cash. Are you a supply by chance? Nope, just a spirit. So now we have a Hallowed Mirror on a backpack and a Cyclopean Hammer on a backpack. Alright, that's us. Upkeep phase, no enemies are alive. Somehow, good job, Skids. 4 of 10 Doom, evil cards. You have a Blood Liquor. It's a 4/4 Hunter. If it attacks an investigator, heal all damage from it. Cool, I like it. Anyway, it's a little bit hard for me to kill. My fist number's not good yet. Is this a beast? Yes, so it spawns with us. Gonna give it to Skids. This thing only has 2 fists. This one has much more. If I swing, I'm up 2 thanks to hard knocks. I can't evade for shit. These guys have really good foot. So I'm swinging up 2 with hard knocks. I'm probably gonna have to burn a lucky on this. Yeah, joke's on me. I'll take that back. Get out of here. Then I swing at the other guy. Only up 2. There's no additional benefit here. If I fail, I can haste. It's fine. We have haste. He's dead. I play easy, Mark. And as my turn ends and we go to Diana's turn, I'm going to gamble. Manual decks, exact same bet as last time, up 4. Cool. It's fine. We've got enough good RNG that we can afford a couple of autofails at this point, and we're okay. We continue to not really do anything over here. We have Guts now. We're able to do it at 2, 3, 4, 5-3 with Guts, 7-3. That means the squids and -3s don't make us discard. I'm still going to draw a card first. Better Guts. Better Guts it is. I investigate with Divination. Don't do it. Oh, you can do that. I'm not taking anything out. I want those cards in there. But I will gladly draw 2 cards, spend 2 charges. Don't really need the second hammer, I'm going to be honest with you. And get 2 clues. Now, as an action, I can swap this with any of those. No, it says a lightning bolt. No, it doesn't action. The lightning bolt's a separate thing. That's also not even, like, necessarily good. I'm going to spend 2 clues and replace it with Purple Hourglass. Purple Hourglass. Now, if I had to guess scenario design, the corners are victory. Nope. I wonder what the corners are for. Because I feel like I'm just not going to go to them. This helps me find a Milkweed enemy. I don't need to do that. I'll be able to do that on my own. This place sucks, and I test forehead. Oh, I get an attached formless cord of the eye. Oh, yeah, because there's 4/3 of the umbilical cord. There's a way to get 1 more than you actually need, aren't there? And that's just like, don't worry, it's madness. Aside from the formless cord, these additional locations don't have a reason to go to them, right? Because all the other ones are the ones that swap. Maybe there'll be a reason later, but I'm going to make that note now in case I turn out to be right. Anyway, I'm going to swap this with the Hourglass. They just all need to be in play. I don't need to do anything else. I see how it works. I'm going to get the ones I need out now and put them where they're going to go. I suspect this is the one he intended for me to do because they were the top 4 cards in the deck. That's very funny. Anyway, it's Hourglass, Hourglass. Get out, get in. Are you broken? Can I get a new one? Yes, I can. So what's the new place? Heal 1 damage and take 1 horror? Lightning bolt, spend clues, and get the red key. Oh, spend player clues and the red key, remove a seal. There are no seals here. I guess we'll figure out what that's about later. I'm guessing this is just out of play, though. It doesn't say anything else. I immediately realized when I saw a key, those locations have a point, we're gonna drop keys on them. Like, as soon as I saw a key, I was like, but how do I get that? I was like, I understand the scenario now. We're good. There's no rules involving keys put out here, but I'm gonna assume it's Innsmouth rules, we need all the clues, which means we're better off getting clues at the corners and passing through them than going through the middle. So I'm gonna walk down. 3 shroud, 4 clues, and we can spend clues to get a problem. No thank you. And that'll be it for us. Upkeep phase, Skids has gambled, we're good. He has his real weapon, but we don't have the money to replace it just yet. The Augur of Everietis is absolutely sick, though. Yeah, you can't leave locations with clues this round. That's still the same? Oh. I just realized there's a 50% chance this is the other cultist. And I should draw 2 cards in the encounter deck. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I've gotten a dice out. There's a 50% chance that this is the cultist I originally drew, and a 50% chance that it's not. Which means there's a 50% chance I should draw 2 cards from the encounter deck. If this lands on 1 to 3, this is the original cultist, and I get 1 card. If it lands on 4 to 6, this is a new cultist. Thanks, dice. Okay, I don't know why I'm trying to remove stuff. We do get an encounter card, though. We're not done yet. That one's fine. Over here, this is going to surge. We had 2. We're only up 1. Oh, wait, no. This is Doom on the agenda. We're testing head 5. I don't really want to soak that. I've got Deny Existence. We're good. We're good. We're going to fail this, obviously. There's no elites enemies in play. We're good. So I have to take 2 Horror. I play Deny Existence, and I heal 2 Horror instead. Thanks. Now my basement goes up, I get a resource, I get a cart. I didn't pay attention during the upkeep phase. Overzealous came a-knockin'. Okay, we've got a Blood Liquor, and more importantly, we have the Lost Child of Antiquity. Hell of a name there, Chief. Hunter, 3, 2, 1, test foot 4. If you fail, take 1 horror and damage. Then disengage with each non-beast enemy location engage with you. I don't know why I threw the word location in there, I read the word beneath it, I guess. And move to a central location. So this is like a really weird and interesting spin on the Night God, because like you can see he's a gargoyle, he's in the same boat. That card that carries you away from the core set Night God set is a 4-foot test to take 1/1 and be carried away. This time, it looks like you test foot 4 to ride them. If you fail, they carry you away painfully. If they succeed, you just get away and get to a new location. With this version, you're testing foot 4 to get away and move to a central location. And if you fail the test, you still get away, but you get slapped while you go out, which is really cool. I like this a lot. I wish I hadn't drawn it alongside 2 other enemies a location away from my fighter, but yeah, here we are, whatever. I have second dodge, so that's good. Skids can probably save me a little. Only a little. This is just swing. I'm at 4 to 2. I've got lucky, I gotta be greedy. It's paying off. I'm going to move down. The new locations are victory locations, cool to see. Okay, I had to check because that was a victory location that we added. Replacing locations always removes them from the game. You can't intentionally try to farm all the other locations for like 15 experience. That is not allowed. Good, good, good. Now that I'm here, this one has 3, it's easier to hit. It also has, they both have 2 health, so I guess it doesn't really make a difference there. I'm just swinging with both of these, right? 4, 5, 6 to 3. There's nothing that 6 to 3 beats. Well, there are 3 -3s. I was gonna say that Lucky doesn't like manage to cover, and 2 to 3 is most of it. But beating the -3s to save Lucky, worst of all worlds. I spend Lucky. This guy dies. I draw a card. We can't leave locations with clues. That's easy enough to remember because we're not. I play Cyclopean Hammer. The idiot thinks he can hit me, but he can't. I play dodge. It goes in my basement. I draw a card. The curse is bottomless. But despite that, we now swing Cyclopean Hammer at 8. Get out of here. Leave me alone. He's dead. Okay. So I'm gonna be upfront with you. I hate dodge. Dodge is like one of my least favorite cards in the world. Putting this in Diana felt like a thing I had to do and not a thing I wanted to do. I feel like there have been a lot of times I played dodge followed by Cyclopean Hammer in this campaign. Like, I just feel like Cyclopean Hammer might, or not Cyclopean Hammer, Cyclopean Hammer is definitely a good card. I feel like dodge might actually just be good in Diana, and I kind of hate that. That's not about the campaign. I've never played Diana or Parallel Skids before. I've seen Diana played, and when I've seen Diana played, terrible things kept happening. They'd be like, don't fight your enemy, Mr. Fighter. Let me engage him so he'll hit me. And the fighter's like, what the fuck do you think my job is, Diana? But I think provided you're getting it triggered on enemies that you drew, which is real easy to do this campaign, Dodge is just a really good card. Like, I'm sure it overperforms here. There are so many enemies. You can't manage them all. This is one of the best teams in terms of fighting per capita you're going to see, and we still trigger Dodge regularly. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm out of money. I'm going to investigate with this with the intent of spending only 1. If I succeed, I get to spend 1, obviously. That's 5, 6, 7 to 3. Do any of those want to come out? It's real easy to use Deny again. I'll take Deny out. That's just worth. Anyway, I'm going to get 1 clue only so that it's the number Clairvoyance needs. All right, look, you're going to have to trust me. I wanted to cycle Guts. That was the point of the play. I wanted to draw a card to find resources to play stuff. I'm just bad at the game. Also, I thought it was upgraded Guts, so I thought it would draw 2. So, like, everything about that was just shit. Did I gamble that turn? I don't think I did. Basic bitch gamble up 2. Holy shit, I shouldn't be doing this. I just forgot there's a cultist. 2 cultists, in fact. 3 -3s, a -4, and an auto fail, and a -5. Yeah, we're done gambling up 2. That was a mistake. Stop being bad, Jenny. That was bad. You ever make a play and instantly regret it when you've already pulled the token so you're not allowed to take it back? Yeah, I put the insight cards back in. We're done. We're not doing that. I'm not taking that amount of horror. I can't do it. Unspeakable Truth wants me to lose money or cards. I'm going to gamble with both of these. And with Nimble. That's well connected. And with Nimble. That puts me at 1, 2, 3. Just 3 up. So I can only bet 2. No, I can only bet 1 and be safe to the -4s. I can't bet anything and be safe without well connected, actually. That's terrifying. Alright, I think I was at 15 money originally. I'm not gambling. I can commit Augur for 3 head. I'm just going to lose 5 resources, man. I'm going to lose 2 resources. Augur was worth more than 2 resources, though. Hey there, buddy. 4/3/4. Hunter spoils prey. Gets 1 player's health, so he has 5 health. If he attacks during the enemy phase, he does not ready. He's got that, what is it? Is it the Gugs? Is it the Gugs that do this? I think it's the Gugs. It's some of the Gugs, not all of them. Anyway, looking like you're getting Cyclopean hammered, buddy. I would prefer to deal with you on Skids. I definitely would prefer to deal with him on Skids. Now, the issue there is that Skids isn't doing anything. Like, that's just not happening. It's not in the cards. I'm going to play Well Connected on Skids. I am going to gain a resource so that Well Connected gives me +3. That doesn't actually work. I'm going to gain another resource and haste gain a resource to get myself off the ground. I'm going to gamble with Well Connected using 2. This puts me up 3, so I am 6 to 2. Yeah, get out of here, buddy. I make 4 resources. Cool. We're now Well Connected gambling for the rest of the scenario. I should have used this and bet 3. My turn's literally over, so I'm just going to pretend I did that because there's no reason not to. Which also means I passed by 3 and I should be using my cigarette case and my deck is empty. Huh. I'm a moon scented. My deck is empty, but it also doesn't have the cards I want in it. Alright, over here, you're on your own. You're also swinging at, what, 7 to 4? Like, that number's just fine. Try not to miss multiple times. That's a hit. That's a miss. That's a hit. Get out. Double count that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a -3. We're good. Sorry you had to skip your turn there. Anyway, upkeep phase. So this card is like actually just a little bit rough. No one has 10 resources to throw away, but at least I won't be cycling it. It'll go straight into my discard pile. 7 of 10 Doom and Evil cards. Invite Madness again, huh? So this is a criticism I raised before. This card does not have an option here. If I had 1 card left in my deck, I could just discard the 1 card and it would end. It's Mob Enforcer. But you also legally can't shuffle a weakness into an empty deck. This does nothing if your deck is empty, and I will play by the letter of the law and make an additional note of that. Anyways, I fail. Nothing happens. It's possible intentional, like swarming works that way, but I don't think it's intentional. Over here on Diana, we've got another Child of Antiquity. Get out. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dead. I was like, I don't know what number that needs to be for him to be alive, but you hit for like, yeah, he hit for 1/1, so he's not a good deny. I still can't like play the cards I want to play. I can't False Skin. I cut that from my deck over there. It's so frustrating because Pay Your Due, like if it deals 1 damage to a coat that hasn't been damaged, it's just good. It lets me use Lonnie. But my coat was discarded. It just got thrown away. It's why I hate that mechanic so much. Yeah, your economy just looks like shit when you're forced to throw away an entire Brother Xavier to a trash mob, doesn't it? I can draw, or I can just gain the resources the hard way. Like, it's shit tempo, but it's what we've got to do. Over here, before our turn, it doesn't matter, I don't even have Gias yet. We're gonna well-connected the test, we're gonna bet the full 3. We're getting +4, that beats the whole bag, and not quite, we're gonna commit Nimble to beat the -5. Beats the -6. Auto-fail me, do it. Okay. That's a recognition. I can move as much as I want. I'm gonna move to here. This is exactly what I thought it would be. If you fail and investigate, draw the top card of the encounter deck. Hate it, wasn't expecting that part. I'm gonna move to here and see what this one is. This one gains Surge, and you can spend 3 resources to test 4 head. If you succeed, permanently put the set aside formless core of the eye into your deck, and put it into play. Okay, my brain broke for a second for no reason. And then I walk back because I don't want to be that far away from Diana. And I'd much prefer to be at a 2-shot location than anything else. Oh, that's not my turn. That was Nimble. Also, I get my 3 resources back and I make 3. That was the real point of this. Nimble was just extra. Probably could have just used Hard Knocks there, but what? It's fine, it's fine. You don't need to play things efficiently. I play the Black Fan and get my Black Fan actions back, finally. Do I just kill? I can't kill Pay Your Due this turn. I have to let it deal me 1 damage. Yeah, I have to let it deal me 1 damage. I'm gonna pay this, or play it rather. I just want the soak. I don't feel comfy right now. I just played 2 actions in a row. I trust that I can get my money back later. I haste and I spend 2 more and I play High Roller, which I'm convinced is a bad card that shouldn't be in this deck. Testing up 1 is asinine in this scenario. If I'd been able to draw 1 card, but you can't draw from an empty deck because you look at the top cards, you don't actually draw with Cigarette Case, at least the upgraded version. I'm going to draw a card. It's definitely more value than gaining a resource. Go ahead and draw a card. The horror goes on Lonnie, of course. Move the stuff around just a little bit to make it make more sense for me. Cool, and at the end of the round, I take 1 damage. That also goes on Lonnie. Sorry about that. We're done. Apparently, I already took Diana's turn. Something about a gargoyle or some shit. Also broke over there. 8 of 10 Doom. What's Tempo? Never heard of it. Peril Surge. Oh. I take a horror, put 1 on Lonnie. My only option is to take this out of the bag. Anyway, next. Fuck me. Look, man, could you not? Could you just go away? I can use On the Lamb to distract him. That's not unreasonable. Anyway, over here in Diana's evil cards, no one's planning on leaving locations with the clues anyway. Not that I'm going to fail, I guess. Can I draw the one that deals 2 horror without being able to negate it on the character that like has this, please? So, Rite of Seeking, something else. Rite of Seeking is the play. What's the middle part? Does it just gain a resource? What's in here? Another hammer? I guess I should have played the one that was down here and not in my hands. Whatever. It's fine. Dude, I gain a resource. I don't know. Tempo's dead. Tempo was never real. Stop that. Okay. Every time I see, like, pull another token, I'm just braced for auto-fail. I'm just coded to do it at this point. Over here on Skids, I'm on the Lamb. Leave me alone. Stop it. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. He'll come back in a second. He's still at my location. He still registers me. He doesn't ignore me, so he'll stay with me. He just won't do anything. I play Emergency Cash. 3 resources, draw a card. I play Gias. This is my Black Fan action that I briefly have. Oh, I'm supposed to be getting rid of this. 1 second. I played Emergency Cash. Gias would have been my 2nd action, right? I'm going crazy. Yeah, On the Lamb's not an action. I spend 2 additional actions. Oh, it's only 1 additional action. I don't play Gias then. I spend 2 additional actions, play Pay Your Due for free. God, that sucks, but it's where we're at. I would like to gamble. I would like to bet 3. I would like to well connect it. I would like to tap these, putting me up 5. Cool. I'm going to search the top 3. All of these are good. Easy Mark is the most transparently good in our current situation. Make it back, make 3 more. End of the round, he'll re-engage. That's after upkeep. Hot Streak is nice. Holy Rosary is great. 9 of 10 Doom. We're almost ready to play the game, guys. We're going to do it, for real. Oh. Oh, wait, that didn't do anything. This, like, actually does nothing. That's really inconvenient in some situations, but in this situation, like, oh no. I can't move unless I kill this guy. Oh, wait, no, I can't move. Yeah, I can't move, period, but that's still fine. I think I killed a Hunter of Yarn and just discarded them, didn't I? Yeah, the Healing Church, dude. Acquire Assassin is back. This is really easy to kill at this point. I'm also going to bait him to hit me once. I'm going to walk to the next location on Diana. He slaps me. I play I've Had Worse to gain 3 resources and draw a card. I then swing at him. Sorry, not where you go. You go over here. We have 4, 5, 8 to 4. Thought it would be higher. It's high enough. Not to kill in 1, but to kill in 2. This guy goes into victory. That's a problem solved, and that's Diana done. Now Laurent, Silver Beast, needs to get killed. I have to discard twice to do so. I could also evade him once a turn for the rest of time. I was just thinking, we've pretty much been through all of the encounter deck. Apparently Yharnam's the last one. I would have known that from searching for hunters. There are no aloof enemies, so I can discard this. I don't feel like I really need this Nimble either, so I have cost I can pay. The big question is, what am I attacking at? 3, 4, 5 to 2, 6 to 2 twice. I fail at the -5. I use both on one and High Roller on the next. We're gonna do High Roller first because it stresses me out. And don't miss, I'm discarding a card. Cool, then we use Hard Knocks. Don't miss. Okay. That is another recognition, and this guy's dead. Fucking hell, that enemy is rough. Okay, now we can finally get going. I play Gias and Hot Streak, spend 2, gain 7. I would like to gamble. I should have played Easy Mark instead of Hot Streak, but here we are. I tap Well Connected. I bet 3. That gives me +4. I can't move to locations without enemies. I'm not going to draw -5. See? Easy. I forgot to search earlier. I probably could have done more than 3, but here we are. Trenchcoat, get in here. I really need you. Gain 3 back, gain 3 more. Now, over here on Diana's turn, she's done. She took her turn, forgot about her. Sorry about that. I think we have the Bandolier and the Lumen Flower, which is +2 head. Now, I'm not sure what I need +3 head on top of being Diana for, but I have a lot of head pumps available over here if I decide that I somehow need them. Really just wish my hand was in play and not in my hand, don't I? I've got 10 cards in hand. It's really obviously correct to discard Bandolier and Lumen Flower Keepsake, right? I don't have 4 resources to spend playing shit that basically just gives me +2 head when I'm already at 5 head up to 6, 7, 8 if I want it. Yeah. The Bandolier strats on Diana are just trash, man. They weren't worth it. I knew they weren't worth it, but I really wanted to try them. And I've been intensely regretting it every scenario. Agenda, tell me how it goes. As always, I hate this text, but in this scenario, there's no Ancient Evil, so it's not the biggest deal, I guess. Test 3 head. If you fail, discard half your hand or half your current resources. Huh. Well, I have +2 to my head right now, bringing it to 4. -1 is 3. But my second lowest stat is a 5. I commit Savant for +6. 3 + 6 is 9 to difficulty 3. We should be good here. Yeah, get out. Now, over here on Diana, hilariously, all of those head bumps were just in our hand, not actually on the board. I can afford to lose neither of these things, so I'm going to take it straight. Oh no, I failed. I lose 3 resources. I gain 3 resources instead. Thanks, Diana. Thanks, Deny Existence 5. You're a really fair card that you're not supposed to have the experience to buy. This should not be in my deck. This shouldn't be in any deck. The moment you have the experience to get this, something has gone horribly wrong. Anyway, that's my real opinion on Deny 5. Deny 5 is an incredibly strong card, and if it's the best thing you can buy with your experience, then like you're so far past doing your job that you just have too much experience or your character is way too strong. And in this case, it's the former. Anyway, evil cards. How much team was on this next agenda? 7? Yeah, we're not making a good pace. God, I hate Surge. Test X, I'm testing 0. It's gone. We got this guy again, he's not a problem. Got this guy, not a problem. We're swinging at pretty good numbers. All right, you go first on Diana, swing. All right. All right. Fucking roller coaster. Do I just take Deny 5 back? Of course I do. Of course I do. This thing's dead. Take an Inside Out. So I was talking about playing Rosary and Brother Xavier just now, because, like, I'm worried that dying is the only way I lose. And then I realized I haven't taken any damage, so I keep playing Deny 5, so I'm just gonna walk to the next location and use Rite of Seeking, which seems way better. I guess my Rite of Seeking really is only 6 to 4, though. I can't believe it's right. I'm playing Xavier Rosary, because 6 head isn't enough. And that's Diana's turn. Then over here on Skids, before we go, we do the well-connected test. I don't have Watch This. It's one of the last 5 cards in my deck. I'll do this after my turn. I slap this guy. Well-connected means I'm doing it at infinity, and I want to draw with my cigarette case. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 3. I pass by more than cards in my deck, so I search the whole thing. Watch this. Get in my hand, please. Discard that guy. I can do this location pretty consistently. I'm up 3 here. I'm going to gamble now. I'm going to do... Oh, I have Gias now. I can't. I'm just going to go up 3 4 times. Just seems really good. Once. 1 clue. 2 clues. 3 clues. Maybe. Maybe. Fail by 1. Draw an encounter card. Yeah, I don't think that one matters very much. Oh, I should have taken the Inside Out. No elites to force stuff on. Where's that dice at? Once again, if it's 4, 5, or 6, that's a different insight. Same insight. Cool. Anyway, I get 3 of these clues. I flipped my gamble, but didn't actually do it. When my turn ends, we go into the enemy phase, and then I do my gamble. We're going to well-connected. We're going to bet 3, and then 3 again with Watch This. We got 4, 5 from this. We're betting against target difficulty 3. So it's 3 to 3, and we just care what the other numbers are. 5 is the exact amount we need to be at. There are no curses in the bag. Okay, this actually matters kind of a lot. This is the last point where my economy is able to, like, enter a failure point. Yeah, I sort of knew I was beckoning it by acknowledging that it mattered. It's fine, we still have the Black Fan action. I mean, yeah, instead of being at 28 resources, we're at 16, and those are very different numbers, but, like, we're still technically working. I'm not sure I gave myself the money back for High Roller. If I robbed myself, it happens. Manual Dex is good, though. That's always good. 1 of 7 Doom. Our pace is not good. We've gotten 2-player clues, 3-player clues, and then a 3, so we've got 9 clues so far. We didn't spend 2 clues on the first ability. That should have been done by Diana at the time. I think I just ticked that Doom up and got distracted by the other stuff. Surge, I refuse to take 2 damage every time you draw this. It just seems severely undertuned, or overtuned rather, just like that guy. Same deal. Like... Take 4 damage, Surge is just insane. It's only 2 damage. I was saying what both of them were, I guess, but still. Test 5 head. If I fail... Oh, this should be at 4 now. If I fail, I just get resources. So I take it straight, and 5, 6, 7, that's a pass. Cool. This guy's a problem again. Nothing to do about it. You just gotta discard cards. Gamble before my turn, Manual Dex. Well connected. Bet 3. It's gonna go well this time. I'm gonna use these 2 because I just need to. What's my swing at right now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I pass, 6. No, I still feel at -5. That's rough. Can't do anything about it. Can't save these. I can save these. This is 3 and 3. I'm at up 6. Yeah, I don't need to use those. All right, watch this. You're not going to betray me again, right? I draw 2 cards. Mob Enforcer's here. I swing at this guy. Oh, wait, we won the gamble. I get 3 resources back, and I gain 3. I swing at this guy. The Black Fan's online. I could have saved these then. I passed that by 1,000,000. I was up 3, 4, 5, 6. I search. I draw my last card. It's lucky. Do I have cards I feel comfortable discarding? I'm going to evade this guy so he doesn't come in the next cycle. The number isn't great. I'm going to spend... Wait, actually, I'm at 4, 5, 6 to 3. The number's pretty good. I can lucky if I have to. And I will. I'm going to draw a card. Lucky doesn't shuffle in, unfortunately. But now he's evaded, and the point of that is that he won't shuffle into the next set, like this one did. Then I'm going to swing at this guy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 2. I didn't actually need to keep Hard Knocks, that was just a mistake, but it's fine. I discard a card, and I do it again, and I discard a card, and he's dead. Come back. My discards are going to be Quick Thinking and Nimble. Those are the weakest cards in my hand. I don't know what to do. And last action, I'm going to play Trenchcoat. My turn ends, it takes a damage. I pay Lonnie, and she fixes it. Thanks, pay your due. Now, Diana, you're pretty much carrying this entire game on your back. I'm going to spend 2 clues from you because you're going to get way more clues than Skids over the course of this. And we're going to swap this with one of those. We want green sticks. We're taking green sticks. You're gone. You're here. Get a new version that's not defective. Forgotten Coast, 4 Shroud, 4 clues. Force of the Fishing Hamlet Goliath would spawn at this location. Immediately seal the Elder Sign on it. Lightning Bolt, spend 2 clues in the blue cleave. Remove a seal from the Astral Clock Tower. Okay. Skids can no longer investigate this location, by the way. That was an action. We walk to the corner. Theoretically, our slow route along the corners should mean that we're getting clues ahead of time and helping ourselves with the keys later instead of backpedaling through the middle. It would be better to have split up and gone separate directions, but our characters have sort of just like been in awkward spots where they needed each other a little bit. We saw a lot of this in Edge of the Earth with Finn and Luke, where double flex can sometimes still need to tag around together in the early parts of the scenario to the major detriment of one of the characters. And last action is going to be an easy Rite of Seeking. It is an easy Rite of Seeking, right? 4, 5, 6, 7 to 4. Oh, +2 here, +2 here. There we go, 9 to 4. Don't you dare. Oh, you can do that one all day. I don't think I need anything at this point. You're just giving me enough to deny 5s. I can't even get one back at this point. I'll just take 3 clues, it's cool. And that's it for us. Upkeep, upkeep. We don't need second Rosary, I imagine. Think we're good. Think our head might be high enough. 2 of 7 Doom, evil cards. You're not a problem at all. Over here. Put the Insight back in, it's the same. I'm not taking 2 Horror, wait. Even though I could, I'm not doing it. Like, putting Insights in is beneficial, I don't need Recognition. Testing at 1,000,000. Skull, -1, pass. Scourge Beast, time to die. First, is there anything else I need to do? It's better to trip first, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. I wish this were 1 higher, now it is. You're evaded, Dirty Fighting. Punch. 2 damage. Punch. Haste Punch. What a roller coaster it's been. That wasn't supposed to take my whole turn. I get lucky back. I forgot to gamble before my turn. It's fine. It's fine. I just get rid of him now. That's not where he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to get rid of Pay Your Due. That's just ridiculous. I walk to the next location as my last action. Pay Your Due goes off. My coat takes a damage. I pay Lonnie to do her job. It's wonderful. Watch this. Actually, I don't have the money for Watch This right now. That's kind of upsetting. I gamble 3. I get +2 and +1 to be up 3. I'll lucky if I have to, but I don't have to. Okay. Our money is almost fixed. Was the black fan not online during that turn? It wasn't. I should still be over here. And if I had done my turn in the correct order, it would have been, and I could have got it over there. Sad times. Anyway, Diana, would you like to continue carrying the team? I know you would. Walk up. This needs to be remade, like everything else in this scenario for some reason. Not sure what that glitch is, but it does appear a lot in this campaign. I'm not sure what causes it. 3 Shroud, 2 clues. Spend 2 clues to get rid of it. And, I think we just do immediately. As an action. Nope, Skids can do this on his own time. He has the clues. I walk to the next one. We don't need this place. If you have higher than 13 recognition, then the clue value is 3 player. Cool. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You get +2 to fight here against non-elite enemies at this location. Pretty cool. I'm going to use Rite of Seeking. And that's why I wanted to move, just to get an efficient Rite of Seeking and get these 3 clues. This also ends my turn ahead of schedule. Har har. So things are appearing to go pretty well. I don't need to fool me once at this point. 3 of 7 Doom, evil cards. That's completely fine. No beast on the board. Don't care at all. Testing base. Sure. Go away. Don't even fail. Right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Just barely, but still. If it had failed, I have deny 5. Oh, I didn't remember what this did correctly. Maybe I should have cared a little bit. I don't have guts. I wouldn't commit promise to this. Yeah, I could have just like replayed Rite of Seeking and investigated. Losing 1 action's not a big deal. I think that's really Saltram Mythos card. That was the worst case for me, and in this case, it was. Okay, getting into our turns. Let's go gamble before my turn this time. Is it correct? Not if I fail, so we'll gamble after our turn. We swing. We're at +6, right? We're not. We use... Are we really not? 3, 4, 5, 6. We really need to be up 5 against this. We don't. We can just lose on -5. It's fine. He's dead. I move. It's only 2 Shroud? No, it's a lot more. I can't really afford to tap Well Connected for this. I'll play Emergency Cash, draw 3, or sorry, gain 3, draw 1. Play Hot Streak, thank you, you know what I'm about. Go up to 26. Now I'm looking a lot better at investigating that place. And then after my turn, before Diana's turn... Oh, I take a damage, by the way. Oh, no. Anyway, like I was saying, watch this. 1, 2, 3. Gamble. 1, 2, 3. Tap, tap, tap. +7, +8. You can't do it to me again, right? I beat -6. Get out of here. Go back to 26. Go up to 32. And we're safe to that Mythos card again. Anyway, coming over to Diana. We can't move. Oh, no, we can move. We got lucky. Well, we might not be moving anyway. We play new Rite of Seeking. And then we investigate with it. And our turn ends, but we get all 3 clues from this location. Cool. That's it for us. Upkeep. Nothing real. Nothing new. That's deny 5. That is unreasonable to not be happy about deny 5. We're crushing this so hard. Hey, Yarnum, what's up? We finally get to see what you do. Let's see the other encounter card first. That goes back in the bag. Just like I said just now, I'm glad to see we're safe to that card. And you get a Blood Liquor, not a problem at all. Let's see what Yarnum does. She's got 2 Fist, 5 foot, 7 health. If an event card targets or is used during a test against Yarnum, remove that card from the game. That's pretty scary. That can really mess some people up. First, at the end of the round, if Yarnum is ready, set all attachments on her aside, search the encounter deck and discard pile for another Nightmare enemy and put it into play at her location. Then, shuffle her into the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. When you draw Yarnum from the encounter deck, she attacks you, return all set-aside attachments to Yarnum. I'll take a horror about it, which is, I pay Lonnie to do her job. Not even a problem. She's one hell of a tailor. She is so good. I always feel good about Lonnie, but I've never felt as good about Lonnie as I do right now. This is barely even a weakness for this deck. It'll be a weakness eventually. Like, I'm just getting enough horror right now that it's not a problem. So if I just kill her now, she doesn't do anything, right? What's my numbers? I at 5? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Up 5 exactly. Swing, 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 haste, swing. I've got 5 shots at... I need 4 to hit. I can get 1 auto fail. Let's see it. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. We didn't even use all 4. She's just dead immediately. Rogue Fighters. Parallel Skids doing his best Tony impersonation. I'm fine with another damage on Trenchcoat, honestly. I'm going to play Ace in the Hole. The deck's about to shuffle. I got a 0 somewhere in there. I can search the top 5, right? There's only 2 cards left. I take manual decks after I play Ace in the Hole. I can draw 2 cards to take a horror, which will then go on Lonnie, making this not a problem, and now it won't shuffle in when I deal with Pay Your Due again. I use Cigarette Case there. I'm going to investigate with my first use of Well Connected for this round. And that just puts me at, like, basically a million. Not really, but, like, basically a million. And then I move up to the next location as my last action. This goes off, the coat gets damaged. Not correct. It is very directly related to what we're about to do, though. Now, on Diana, her turn, she's going to hit this thing. It's dead. She's going to move. Sanguine River. Same text we've been seeing. We're going to spend 2 clues. That's lame. We're not... I don't think we need clues here. I think I just spend 2 clues and I swap this as quickly as I can. Which one does this get? Which, as always, is a little bit broke. 6 Shroud, 2 clues, victory 1. If this... Wait, isn't this the same thing? So the Fishing Hamlet Goliath must have some crazy text, because this says, if it spawns here, you must steal an additional chaos token on it each time it resolves its hunter ability. Also, this probably is in need of a redesign. This sort of text very specifically is like mental load players can't keep track of. If the Hunting Goliath spawns here, not is there, it has this ability forever, question mark? Because just by virtue of using its hunter ability, at some point during the action, it's no longer here, and now you're trying to remember something that's not even involved with what's happening. So I think this is the sort of ability that is very, very easy for players to mess up. Anyway, that's it for us this round, isn't it? I moved in, I did the thing, I hit that guy. Upkeep. I take 1,000,000 horror, I deny its existence. That gives me a resource, draws a card, and heals me. This card is removed from play. There's another Stand Together somewhere. I don't know, my last 2 cards are Promise of Power, Ward of Protection, that's pretty good. Bye, Stand Together. Don't really care. And over here, wait, I forgot to gamble. It's 1,000,000. It's 3 for 1,000,000. Do I want to use Watch This? Well, I would if I had it. I'll use Manual Decks, though. It's 3 for 1,000,000. Draw a card if it's not auto-fail. That wasn't in my discard pile yet, unfortunately. Gain 3 more. Lonnie's ready. I immediately use the ability to heal the coat and Lonnie. It's so good. I think we're at the point where I have a really hard time imagining I ever need to play on the lamb. I should have just used quick thinking when I was gambling. I'm not going to be playing Emergency Cash or Hot Streak. Emergency Cash at least draws a card. So if I need to draw cards for some reason, I can play the E-Cash, but I'm never playing that Hot Streak at this point. And then this readies because that was the gamble for last round. 5 of 7 Doom. We're about to finally progress the act. This prevents us from moving in a bad way, doesn't it? Cannot move from locations with clues on them. We probably need to do that. I would have to drop 2 clues on this location, which I'm immediately swapping out. I don't want to lose 2 clues. I think this is just like a reasonable use of Savant. Well Connected is going to be basically infinite in the future. Yeah, we pass. He's back, and I hate it. Anyway, we're going to go first on Skids this time. We're going to use this ability. We're going to drop 2 clues, or kill 2 clues, rather. This location removes from the game. And we get the purple sticks. I just realized there were no connection markers and briefly got very worried, but we're okay. We get the Lumen Wood Garden. And now I think we progress the act immediately, yes? So these 2 act decks are now leading play. Because we have chosen to pursue the other act, we progress. Remove the Hunter's Nightmare for the game and replace it with a double-sided Astral Clock Tower location. I can safely assume that these other red squares are not going to go in play like I thought. Then put 4 resource tokens from the token bank on the Astral Clock Tower as seals. Gather the 4 set-aside keys and randomly distribute them face down at Lord Amygdala's Tower, Marigo's Loft, Underground Corpse Pile, and the Bloodstained Gate. We've got our randomized face-down keys. They're supposed to be face down. Make a mental note that only one of these is actually face down. We don't know what those are. They could be anything. Then we have the Agents of Cost and the Great Deep Sea. That'll be these cards. Do we get the Encounter discard pile? Yes. How big's the deck getting? Huge. Encounter sets are just too big in some scenarios. I'm not going to get to see all of this. There's no way I'm going to get to see all this stuff from Act 3. Anyways, break the Arcane Seal and enter the Clock Tower. You'll be instructed when to advance. The revelation text here is to remind you, but it technically means there should be 8 steals on this. So I'm not sure that's a good thing. I'm not strongly opinionated about it, but it does feel just objectively wrong to me. Forced at the end of the round, if an investigator is here and it has no seals, you break the barrier. Okay, so end of the round, progress. And we've been seeing like, yeah, and we've got all these locations solved so that we can just grab the keys, run around real fast. Nimble will be really good about now, unfortunately. I believe I discarded it a short while ago. But we're cycling our deck real fast, it's in there. Good. This was the first action on Skids. For a second, I was very confused. I didn't know whose turn it was or what was happening. So the plan on Diana is to slowly march forward and continue doing her job. On Skids, it's like a move up, get the key, move down, get the key, right? Because Skids is just fast. Do I know this is the yellow key? I have to shuffle the keys face down because I actually knew where the yellow key was from when I was placing them. Wait, can I shuffle these? Look, we're gonna do this a couple of times, okay? I'm not paying enough attention to really know who goes where. Cool, you can come here. If it's still the yellow key, I promise I wasn't trying to win at the cup game. Old Skids, we're going up. It's the red key. I go down twice. It's the blue key. That's Skids' turn. I gamble. Testing Infinity with High Roller. Get 6. Over here in Diana, I don't really need these clues. It is a victory. In a campaign with this much experience and knowing there's not actually an X scenario presently, I can't imagine risking the tempo of not doing this. This is a thing where I might get these at the end of the scenario if we're winning hard enough, but I don't know what Act 3 is yet, so I would never slow down for it now. We have blue and red keys. Which one are those? Blue key is here, and red key was the first one. Cool, so we can go here, spend the key, go here, get the key, go here, spend the key. And then we know if we go here, we can spend the key here, go around, and spend the key here. So we just have the rest of this done in one loop. Excellent. Now, Laurent Silverbeast, a bit of a problem. Kind of hate it. I've got to deny 5 for it. I don't need the cards in my hand is the issue. Like, I discard Divination, and I discard the second Clairvoyance. I get so many clues still. And I swing twice. Infinity. Don't auto-fail me. Oh, no. Cool, I'll discard a third card then. And spend my whole turn fighting this guy to boot. At this point, my hand is too empty. I have to deny existence. I can't do that. That's actually against the rules. It is a cost to fight him. So if I don't pay the cost by denying it, then I haven't paid the cost and I can't do it. So, this one, I guess. Not again. Okay, he's dead. Hate that card to death. Cool, upkeep. Maybe Diana will get to play the game next turn. 6 of 7 Doom, evil cards. Are we over hand size? I think we are. We took a damage on the coat again, by the way. We're barely good. And on there, we're really good. Hey, the Fishing Hamlet Goliath showed up immediately. Hunter, Retaliate, Massive, 3/6/3, hits for 2 meat. Decaying Fishing Hamlet or Forgotten Coast. If he spawns here, then you must deal an additional cast. I don't want him to fight Diana. Diana's busy. Every time it resolves its 100 keywords, deal a random token from the chaos bag on it. Okay, so here's the deal I have with that. That is a net nothing effect. It will randomly do something. But on average, it has literally no impact, so that's a lot of work for players for no reason. And honestly, based on what this guy is, I would prefer to see the Fishing Hamlet Goliath just like hit like a damn truck. I would be fine if this guy were like substantially higher fist, health, or hit for like 4 meat. All of that would be fine with me. It would make him scary as hell, and his ability would then just be big. His ability is look at the text. He doesn't need to do anything. But as it stands, this is what he does. We're going to spot him next to Skids. Curious Mania is a 3-head test, so I'm done reading because I won't be having to do whatever it says. I think I've seen that before and it doesn't do very much. Oh no, it does a lot. It completely bankrupts you. That's what it does. It costs you every resource you have and then your hand size if you're broke. Yeah, no, I hate that one. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that again. Maybe I should have warded that in case I auto-failed. Anyway, Skids goes. We're going to evade this guy. Numbers are pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. Make that 8 to 3 to beat the -5. Cool, he's evaded. Pass by 2. I'll search my whole deck. I take the one that's not Mob Enforcer. Seems like a very easy choice. I dirty fight. And my number should now basically be infinity, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 3. Infinity, yes. Hit for 2. That was an insight token. I'm just going to take it out of the bag and continue as though it were over next to me. Cool. That hits for 2. Haste. That's full insight. Hits for 2. 6 damage total. Victory display. You go. These go back in. Recognition up to 27. I play Ace in the hole because if I don't use this now, it's not shuffling back in the deck. I replace Soul Cleaver. I don't even need to. The Augur Ebrietis attacks at much higher numbers, but the Augur is just good enough. Are there like bosses set aside? No. Okay, I don't need the Augur Ebrietis at all. Huh. I move to the next location and I get a key. It's the yellow key. I think I have this key. I have this key. I have the red key. I move to the red key location. This is a lightning bolt, correct? I spend 2 clues and the red key. Do spent keys go anywhere? I'm just gonna put it here. It doesn't technically go anywhere. It would like be out of play. I'll throw it with the rest of the stuff over here, I guess. And we kill 1 seal on the clock tower. I'm gonna move up here. I won't be able to get this one, but I will be able to hand my clues to Diana very soon. This is a really weird one. I think this is definitely something where, like, this is intended to be something else. Like in a final draft, this would give you a custom blood vial asset. Maybe for just this scenario, or maybe for this scenario and the finale, like it could be permanent. But in its current state, it's a little bit weird. I kind of get what it's going for. That guy in the screenshot, he does hold 5 blood vials. I understand exactly why this gives you healing items. And yeah, I'm basically saying I would prefer this if this were a little bit more designed, which alpha testing. It's not quite finished yet. Weird stuff like this happens as placeholders for way cooler plans in the future. Anyway, investigate, well connected, million, take a clue. Or the whole location, potato, potato. Anyway, over here, we need to get clues. We're going to divine things. 5, 6, 7, 8 to 6 is actually not that good. Oh, right, yeah, you get bonuses. I use divination, 10 to 6. I spend 2, I get the 2 clues that are here. I moved to the next location. I'm gonna need Skids to get this clue himself to spend 1 of the keys. And then I'll take the other key and do it myself, I guess. I'm gonna toss this and play a new clairvoyance over it in case I do decide to try to get victory. And that's it for us. We should gamble though. I ready this for 2 resources. I play watch this, and I gamble 3. This is infinity, there's no reason to commit anything else. We're about to shuffle, I commit quick thinking. I think this is from this turn. If it's not a big deal, but I think this is from this turn. I think I did this already. Did I? Did I not? I don't know. Anyway, don't autofill me. I get an action, I go back to 37, I go up to 44. And with this action, I investigate 5 to 2 baseline. That's just good enough. I play lucky to draw my last card. It's a mob enforcer. When was this lightning bolt phase in the enemy phase again? Cool. He hits me for 1. But I get the clue. I'm not a greedy idiot, you're a greedy idiot. And I lightning bolt up the key. And I'll give whichever one to Diana, Diana should have. This is 3 shouts, so Skids can actually do this one himself. Anyway, upkeep phase, I put a horror on Lonnie, I use her ability, this goes away, that goes away. If I can keep cycling my deck every single turn, then I have no downside, because the trench coat takes the damage and Lonnie takes the horror, and I just use one of my millions of resources to cancel it. It's so stupid to try to do this, but it's very neat. 7 of 7 Doom, let's see what happens. Last one only has a 6 Doom threshold. I don't like this. I don't like shuffling the encounter discard pile into the deck, that doesn't do anything. It is not Act 3. So there's nothing else to do. You know what I realize? It sure seems like these are all building towards different boss fights, right? Oh, right, here it is. It's the Act 3C editions. There we go. I was losing my mind for a little bit there. We're good. We just did the Doom. We're doing evil cards. Put them back in. Oh god. Take 2 on Lonnie. She's currently exhausted, by the way. That gets an insight out, though. It doesn't just do nothing. Not that the insight does anything. What's a Baneful Maiden? She's aloof. Forced, when she enters play, seal an insight token from the Chaos Bag on her. Sure, why not? If you cannot, put 1 Doom on the agenda. It's Ancient Evils. I'm not sure how you fail to do that, but I like that the failsafe text is there. Forced, when Baneful Maiden is defeated, put each... Oh, because you could have multiple Baneful Maidens causing this problem, couldn't you? Anyway, when Baneful Maiden is defeated, put each insight token on it in the insight display in your campaign log. This may cause you to gain a level of recognition. I like this guy. This is cool. It's a neat little action tax, not a big deal. Over here, Surge, we're not doing the 2 damage part. It would have just killed us by now. It's fucking insane. Madman's Epiphany showed up at the wrong time. Not that Diana was ever going to fail this test. Anyway, it still surges. Fragmented Self-Peril. I remember not liking this. Instead of potentially discarding both wards, I'm just going to ward this. It seems better. So, what do I do? Diana needs some keys. The closest key to Diana is this one. It uses the red key. She's already got that one. The next closest key is this one. It's the green key. Skids needs to give her the green key. At that point, Skids is expecting to, what, do these other 2? Green and yellow? Blue and yellow, rather? Yeah. We can get clues here. First, we pay this man $4. That always starts the turn. And then we upgrade to the Augur of Ebrietas because there is going to be a boss enemy. Then we kill this little guy that's with us. It should be pretty easy, but first we hand the green key to Diana in case we auto-fail. Then we kill the guy with us. This goes in the display. And this dies. Augur of Ebrietas is just absolutely sick. I love this. I wish I felt anywhere near this good about the arcane assets in the actual game. And damage on the coat. My turn ends, but I gamble. Lose the money this time. All right. Now, over here on Diana, the plan is to walk down and use this action. Nope, it's a lightning bolt. I spend the green key, and I spend player clues. And this goes over here and removes stuff. And one more seal goes away. And I'm going to investigate with clairvoyance. Come on. Ah, damn. I take 2 horror. Sorry about that, Brother Xavier. And I get 3 clues. And I investigate with Rite of Seeking as well. I take deny 5. I get the last clue. Seems like there have been a disproportionate number of stars this campaign. It's been weird. Anyway, upkeep phase, put the horror on Diana. Oh, hey, we got this thing back. Yeah, we had to throw it away right away. 1 of 6 doom, evil cards. That's fine. Actually, do I want to put this somewhere else? I could give it to Diana, for instance. Because I'm like, walk, walk, walk. I have just enough actions. I'm gonna give this to Diana. Diana doesn't have anything to do. Fragmented Self again. Like, it's just better to ward it. I'm not happy about it, but I'd rather ward it than just discard the ward. I like keeping these cards in my hand, that's for sure. Skids needs to get some clues on his own to do this, though. He walks here. He has 2 clues left. He spends the green key and those 2 clues. Did I give her the wrong key? All right, look. I'm not sure how this went wrong, but which one did we fuck up on? This one was the blue key, not the green key. This one was the red key, and this one's the green key. We had all of them. This should have been fine. I'm just an idiot. This isn't even the scenario's problem. This is a me problem. Anyway, that's 3 moves. We need to get some clues. I should have gambled before my turn. I'm an idiot. I played this so badly. We're going to investigate with Well Connected. I spend 2 resources to ready Well Connected and I tap it again, which to my knowledge seems like it's allowed, so if I don't auto-fail, I get to search my whole deck. Cool. Lucky Cigarette Case, search the deck. Give me Ace in the Hole. I play Ace in the Hole and get 3 actions back, as well as getting this clue. I'm only 5 to 3, but I have a Lucky. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm just gonna play Lucky instead. I get the second clue. The last one is the one I'm at. I spend both clues and the yellow key. They're all aside. I forgot to remove the seal for the last one because I was busy being shocked at my own stupidity. It's not an action or a lightning bolt. I don't think I need to be there at the end of the round. End of the round. I walk in. Is Lonnie exhausted right now? Is that what's going on? I don't know why she would be if she's at 2 horror. That doesn't sound right. So I pay her to do her job. And I play Easy Mark. End of the turn, I take a damage. Thanks, Coat. And before my round ends, I will gamble. And I'm going to use Watch This for the whole gamble, I think. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I spend an extra. We're betting 4. But we're up 4. Or up 5, rather. and then we go up to 36. I fucking love playing parallel skids. This deck is so cool. Anyway, what were we doing? Oh, we need to, like, kill a guy. Well, he's dead. What's the next token? He's still dead. I don't need to do... Does he only have 2 health? He only has 1 health. Yeah, I don't need to do math then. I walk in. I'm gonna draw a card, and it's not gonna be overzealous. I was very worried for a second there. Alright, all that stuff is cool. But the big thing at the end of the round, we flip this card over, Revelation Advance. Put the set aside Lady Maria enemy into play at the Astral Clock Tower, shuffle the Astral Clock Tower and counter set into the encounter deck, and we know where all of that's going to be. One's going to be the set, one's going to be the boss. There's a 50 card encounter set, basically. Let me look at these, because I probably kill the boss before I get to see them. We have a Visceral Embrace. Place this card in the threat area of an investigator engaged with Lady Maria. If you cannot, place it in the threat area of the investigator closest to her. And then forced, if the encounter deck runs out, it's not going to. Lady Maria attacks you if you're at her location. If not, discard your entire hand. Double action, discard Visceral Embrace. Now, if this encounter deck wasn't literally 50 cards, I would love this. Unfortunately, this card doesn't do anything. Scarlet Waltz. Attach this to the location containing the investigator closest to Lady Maria that does not have an existing copy of Scarlet Waltz. That feels a little bit clunky, but I think it's the minimum number of words you can say that effect in, and I understand what is being said. If you cannot, immediately resolve the effect of the existing Scarlet Waltz. And that effect would be, at the end of the round, each investigator at Scarlet Waltz's location must take either 2 damage or 2 horror. If Scarlet Waltz does not cause damage or horror, put 1 doom on the agenda, discard Scarlet Waltz. Just like something's gonna happen, damn it, we're doing stuff. Fair enough. Canehurst Inheritance goes next to the agenda deck. If you end your turn next to Lady Maria, you take a direct damage, and you take an additional damage for every asset you have with health. You're not allowed to try to soak through anything in this, apparently. Then you test foot 3, evade. If successful, instead of exhausting an enemy, discard 1 copy of Canehurst Inheritance. Let me check how this works, and I'm very sure there's some stuff in Scarlet Keys that works this way. Not Scarlet Keys, Circle Undone. Like in the very first scenario, I think there's like a foot test that goes next to the encounter deck, right? Here we go. Attach Hunted Corsairs to the current act. Attached act gains. Okay, so that's what's happening. However, there's only 1 act left, so we can still copy the same text. The fear maybe being that if this is attached to the agenda deck and it advances, it would go away, so it's not actually the same thing. But there's only 1 act left when you see this, so there's no reason for it to be there. You can just attach it to the current act instead, right? And then instead of this second line of force text, you have the bottom line, the attached act gains, and then this. And it would just have the exact same phrasing as pre-existing cards. I think I would prefer to see this phrase like Hunted by Corsairs, and just attach to the act. There's only 1 left, so it'll be functionally the same, since you don't ever want this to go away unless you do the test, basically. I think Hunted by Corsairs is how you want to phrase this, and I'll make a note of that. Continuing on with the actual game, that shuffles in. And what happens with Maria? She is at the Astral Clock Tower, checks out. The Astral Clock Tower is a 6 shroud, 0 clue location. If you investigate successfully, you deal 2 damage to Maria, and if you fail, ready her and resolve her forced effect. Does she have Retaliate? Okay, good. If she didn't have Retaliate, it would just be way better to fight her. I do think, as always, if you fail, ready Lady Maria and resolve her forced effect, like, what's the point of a foot character? There have been a couple of things like this where I thought this was unnecessarily punishing you for trying to evade things as a rogue as a solution. Because, like, if you evade this boss, alert and retaliate turn off. But then if your cluever tries to help, it makes it turn back on. It's not very good. So again, as with the last time we've seen stuff like this, I think this should only happen if she's not ready. If you fail and Lady Maria is ready, resolve her forced effect would be something I would like much more. Anyway, 5/4/5, retaliate, gains 3 players' health, so she's actually 5/10/5. At the end of the Mythos phase, discard cards on the top of the encounter deck until an attack treachery is revealed and resolve it immediately. Victory 3. I like Lady Maria. Anyway, she's about to meet Skids. Parallel Skids is a monster. Now, at a Hamlet location, you can spend 2 clues to exhaust her and deal 1 damage to her. At a hospital location, as a reaction instead of an action, you can test head or book 4 to cancel an attack treachery. How are reactions normally phrased? Reaction, after you perform the same type of action twice in a row, colon, and reaction after you evade an enemy, colon. This should not be reaction, colon. The timing trigger has to be included with the reaction. which unfortunately does make this wordier. I think the way this should be phrased is reaction arrow. When any investigator draws an attack treachery from the Mythos deck, while you are at a hospital location, test header book 4, you succeed, cancel an attack treachery. But there does have to be a timing window included. And the timing window is not being at a hospital location, it's the drawing of the treachery. I know what it means though, we're good. Anyway, sever Lady Maria's bond to the Nightmare if she's defeated in advance. This should be pretty straightforward, she's gonna die real fast. Go back in the bag, go back in the bag. Is it both or just one? Have I been playing this harsher? No, I've not been playing it harsher. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and surge. I'm feeling remorseful, what's that mean? Yeah, I don't really want to do that over and over and over again. I can't ward it. It's just here. I'm really surprised there's an encounter card in the set that I just hadn't seen yet. This is what I'm talking about when I say the encounter decks are just a bit too big. Yeah, the only thing I have that meets that criteria is my Augur of Ebrietas, unfortunately. So it just has to attach here. After I Evader and Dirty Fighter, I will not have used this yet, and I'll just discard an acid to get rid of it. Probably the cigarette case, we're good. Then over here, you're at our location, you're gonna take an insight out of the bag. And then by the forced effect, we discard until we hit an attack. I don't know if all 3 of the new ones are attacks, but Visceral Embrace definitely is. This is in the threat area. Who resolves it? In doubt, that means lead investigator. Place this card in the threat area of an investigator, so I can choose anyway, engage with her. Oh. Well, there's only one investigator who can be engaged with her, but I guess that's still fine. It doesn't really matter that that's a little bit janky, because, like, an investigator, the investigator could be wrong. There could be no investigator. So, even though it's a little bit weird, it is worded correctly. Even if you cannot place it in the threat area of the investigator closest to her. Well, it's going to be Skids. If the encounter deck runs on a card, she attacks you. And if not, you discard your whole hand. Yeah, that's not happening. We're good. We're good. We're fine. I evade her at well-connected numbers. She's evaded. I dirty fight her. What are my numbers? Just as a quick heads up going forward, this does not use the Augur of Ebrietas, right? Oh no, it does. I have to discard something immediately. Oh no, my Own the Lamb. My numbers are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then plus my head, which is 2, 1, 2, 3. Is that 8 plus 3? Did I get that right? 8 plus 3. Attack at 11. 11 to 5. Beat the -6. Hey, it happens. Anyway, I'm going to discard an asset to get rid of this rather than discarding my whole hand. Buy cigarette case. You've done great up until now. Then I swing, swing, haste, swing. I guess she's no longer engaged with me. She's just staying here for ease of access. So I can, like, see her numbers more easily. Yeah, it just swings. I'm looking for autofeels. That's, if I get another insight, I'll be upset. Cool. Okay, that's 3 successful hits against her. 6 of 10, correct? Wrap it up. I don't want to sandbag for victory. I'm not counting insight anymore. I just want it to end. Cool. Sandbagging for victory during an alpha test just feels like enough. Sandbagging for victory on the final scenario of an alpha test would just be nonsense. We did actually get most of it, though. The optimal play is definitely just, like, walk down, investigate, and we kill her next turn. Like, it's very easy to get this last victory, to the point that I would include it in this, like, we're 5 turns ahead of tempo. We might have been very slow at first, but then we just crushed it. Like, once these decks set up, boy howdy, are they set up. They scale really well, especially the Skids deck. Like, the Skids deck is way worse at getting clues, but it's, like, actually a top-tier fighter. In no small part because of the Augur of Ebrietas. Like, with normal weapons, this deck gets a lot worse. You lose 2 good cards, whatever they are, because you have to run Knuckle Duster and Switchblade, and then your weapon doesn't give you +3 in free action engages, which is pretty damn good. And I think this is, like, a best case scenario for Augur of Ebrietas. Just because, like, when you combine stats with Gias and Black Fan in play, it gets really good. And green characters really don't have the best weapons, so this is just amazing for him. Oh my god, I've just been forgetting this has an entire additional effect at the bottom. Yeah, it's actually better than we've been seeing it. I don't know if it's ever come up, but I probably could have used that really effectively at some point. Anyway, she's dead, and that means resolution, right? Yes. R2. The investigators ended Lady Maria's torment and banished the Hunter's Nightmare. We may add Rakuyo to our deck. Whoa! Unfortunately, the scenarios are over. Rikuyo is very cool, but I don't have the hand slots for it. We proceed to Interlude Light of Dawn, which is where the story ends for now. I really like this. This is a good, simple scenario. There needs to be some rules refinement. The fact there's no, like everyone knows key rules, I know, but you gotta have the key rules so that we can look and know there aren't special rules. We don't like, all right, okay, scenario setup, it ends here, okay, go back, there really are no key rules, okay, it's probably normal key rules. If you just have, like, the key rules, even though it wastes pages and everyone knows them, since there aren't key rules at the front of the book, unless if I'm going crazy and they're up at the front of the book, then ignore me. Yeah, you might want to include key rules at the front of the book because they show up and use completely normal rules most of the time, so maybe go there. But there need to be key rules in every scenario that references keys, unfortunately. And they're like little things with wording around the place. I really like this. This took me 2.5 hours, apparently, which is a lot longer than it felt like because it's a fun scenario to play. But, yeah, no, I really like this. I like the idea that the entirety of the final act is just, like, determined by what you're doing. You get different encounter sets, different bosses, different locations. It sounds like a design nightmare on your end, so I hope it's not as frustrating to design as I imagine it is. And when I go ahead to give feedback on this, I'm going to go through scenario by scenario. I'm going to look at, like, all the pieces to make sure I see the stuff that I didn't get to play so I can comment on that as well. But yeah, on the whole, I've had a lot of fun with this campaign. It is a little bit weird to me that, like, your choices are the DLC, the real final ending, and what's the other one? What's the lantern path make me fight? That looks like it's Murgo, so this is the lanterns. Oh, it's the brain. It's the brain! Alright, that checks out. That's cool. I can live with it being the brain. So I guess all of these feed into the finale in different ways. And I'll know what that means once we get there. I can't really predict what it is based off of this at all. But I feel safe in assuming that it's probably going to involve fighting Gurman. And then if you didn't do terribly and you have a decent amount of recognition, probably the Moon Presence as well. This felt like simple, good Arkham, and I want more simple, good Arkham. I like being given simple maps and told to go. I like being told, like, there are victory locations if you can get them, but you don't need to really get those clues at all. I like knowing, like, very formulaically, the keys are in the corners, the things you need to do for the objective are in the middle. The clues to get the keys are basically not necessary if you're also getting the victory, but you have to do them. This feels like a really standard, well-executed Arkham. There's just like some rule hiccups along the way, and like way less than some of the other scenarios. This is relatively closer to being polished, and my hiccups here are much more like gripes and trying to get things refined than they are actual problems. On the whole, the only point during this alpha test where I really felt like, oh man, I'm testing an alpha was a Call Beyond. There have been like some rules things in other scenarios that were like, it was obvious this isn't a finished scenario, we're in the polish process at the very least. A Call Beyond's the only one where it feels like there is a major gap between what is envisioned and what is happening. I think everything else is a great rough draft of what the scenario should be, and isn't that far off of just being good scenarios outright. And there are a lot of official scenarios way worse than everything in this set. I think Altar Despair is a little bit basic and weirdly tight on the Doom counter. I need to replay that. My tabletop group is still over here. We've only done 2. I'm looking forward to replaying this, because like, that map is a straight line with, like, maybe 10 locations or something. But it felt like the Doom clock was crazy tight, and somehow the scenario also took forever. And all of those statements are contradictory. They can't all be true. So Altar Despair I feel very weird about, and I need to replay it and see what the fuck happens. Call Beyond needs a lot of refining, but the other 5 scenarios I just really like. If Fear the Old Blood had something for Cluevers to do, it would be one of my favorite scenarios in the game. I really like The Hunt Begins. I like both Frailty of Men and Night Unending quite a lot. And Communion's good. I would like it more if there was, like, specifically a cooler, more meaningful boss fight. But the issue is, like, this team doesn't have this. Like, the reason Communion's not cool, there's an entire Act 3 boss fight. And I'm like, the boss fight wasn't cool enough. And you can't do anything to help me. Like, what are you gonna do? Give Lady Maria 5 + 5 players health? You show up in a 1-player game, she's got 10 health. You show up in a 4-player game, she's got 30. Like, you can't make her much tougher than she is. It's just like Skids shows up with 5 actions a turn to evade you. Sorry, he shows up with 5 actions a turn, plus effectively a free evade from dirty fighting. He's attacking at 1,000,000. She's attacking 1,000,000 too. She's there. She doesn't need to be. It's like she's flexing with the Cyclopean Hammer because Skids has handled the fighting completely. But Skids can still get 2 clues a turn guaranteed with Well Connected. This team is really gross. They were gross 20 experience ago, and at these experience numbers, they're unstoppable. Like, we showed up, Maria spawned, we crushed her in 1 round. And no matter how good your boss design is, I can't comment on it if my numbers are so high that I bulldoze through a 5-fist, 10 health enemy in 1 round. Like, she's not weak. She just isn't. That's not true. But the Steam just crushed her so badly, I said the correct play was to sandbag and get victory. Like, I could have just shot this guy instead, got the victory, left her at 4 health, came back, finished her next turn. It would have been fine. So, this is not a criticism of the boss, but it is a criticism of something. We have too much experience. I know these characters weren't that much worse earlier on, but we just have too much experience. And I do want to emphasize, it is not Saw Cleaver or Augur Bebrietis being overpowered. Where'd my Saw Cleaver end up? I don't feel like I've seen that card for a while. Oh, there it is. I've just been discarding it, I guess. So, like, Parallel Skids have been crushing the fight game, and I've been using these 2 cards in him the entire time, like I cut my weapons. I do really want to emphasize, like, a Knuckle Duster does the same thing. This is 1 more accurate than a Knuckle Duster. If I'm dirty fighting, then this is the same weapon. Now, a Switchblade is notably better than a Knuckle Duster because I have to draw both Knuckle Duster and dirty fighting. But the Switchblade is also pretty much just better than the Saw Cleaver, because the second action really isn't great. There are some times in the campaign when you're not set up where a double action for 3 has less chance of drawing the auto fail than a single action for 2 twice, so it's good. But on the whole, this is just Big Machete and it's not remotely overpowered. I really like this in exactly its current state. The Parallel Skid stuff you're seeing is just Parallel Skid stuff. The Augur Bebrietis, I honestly think is probably where it should be. If you're putting in, like, story weapons that are trying to compete with the 5 experience weapons your characters are already buying, they've gotta be, like, this level of pushed. Like, the Rikuyo up here. The Rikuyo's really strong, but if it wasn't this strong, I wouldn't even consider playing it. It's attacking at +2 for 1, and I can exhaust it to deal an additional damage, and it has an unlimited dirty fighting. Oh, it's only once per round dirty fighting, but still has an extra dirty fighting, which is very, very good. So, like, the Rikuyo's really strong. At 2 hand slots and a Scenario 7 story asset, it has to be. If there was a Scenario 8, I wouldn't get this, even though I just unlocked it, and I think it's a sick card. And the weapon I'm using it's just Big Machete, really. I'm not using the secondary effect that's really cool. This is just Big Machete. This is Big Machete. This is Biggest Machete. Augur Bebrietis, like, isn't remotely overpowered. It's just Skid stuff. It's just fucking green fighters attacking a million times with a weapon that deals 2. And I want to make sure that, like, these cards don't get nerfed because of the Parallel Skids performance. Because I feel like if I tell you that I crush your boss, you can misinterpret it as the weapons you gave me are too good. Like, Diana would have done it on her own over 2 or 3 turns, right? If I had any other weapon in green, like, literally any of them would have done the same thing. Even Switchblade 0. Even Switchblade 0. Oh, with Switchblade 0, it might have taken 2 turns. Switchblade 0 is pretty bad. But the thing that's happening here that's crazy is well connected for 1,000,000, dirty fighting, 4 actions because of Black Fan, 5 with haste, really high numbers because of Black Fan, Gias, and dirty fighting all working in conjunction to boost this 3-fist up to 7 before weapon modifiers. Like, this is just what Parallel gets. He consistently puts a combo on his board. Hard Knocks, High Roller, that's optional, but this gives him Infinite Soak, this gives him 2 more actions, this gives him +2 to every stat, this gives him another additional conditional action, and +2 to his fighting. This lets him get through any other test. Consistently getting these 6 cards in play is what Parallel Skids does, and the weapon I have doesn't matter, which is why I was all too happy to just take any scenario weapon you gave me. I was expecting to test Dr. Yosef's Clarified Blood at some point, but I just sort of didn't. Kinda funny. On the whole, I'm very, very happy with both Diana and Parallel Skids. Parallel Skids is a way better Scenario 1 fighter than I gave him credit for. I know that I have Hunter's Axe, and that makes it look better. Or not Hunter's Axe, Saw Cleaver. However, I have playtested a Parallel Skids deck, the one I originally played with the Contraband and the Thompsons and the Malzer. And I do think that that deck just performs at the same level as Saw Cleaver. You just have enough bullets for Scenario 1. And an interesting thing in this deck that I want to note real quick before I wrap up this video and start posting reviews and feedback videos. I'm not actually sure that playing Underworld support in Skids makes him meaningfully more consistent. Because if I cut Underworld support, 2 of the 5 new cards are just easy marks that replace themselves. The other 3, making those draws a little bit harder, but you can still run like 2 copies of Friends in Low Places. You can run an additional copy of a weapon, a emergency cache 2 of Dirty Fighting. your deck doesn't get much less consistent if you add Underworld support. So it seems very optional, and then you could, get more copies of Easy Mark, get more copies of core cards. Underworld support very often feels like a trap where it gives you fake consistency, but I think this parallel Skids deck was there. On the other hand, I'm not sure what cards I really specifically want, and High Roller is a super easy cut to make room for weapons. There's like another cut that's not as easy. It's probably Watch This. Watch This caused me more problems than it solved, I feel like. It's a good economy card, but it also fucked me like 4 times this campaign. Anyways, I'm done for now. I've been rather incoherent. I hope you enjoyed watching Parallel Skids and Diana Stanley on their romp through the city of Yharnam. I had a blast with this campaign, especially for the state of polish it's currently in. I'm really looking forward to future iterations of this. I'll definitely be testing it at least once more in the future before the final release to give more feedback on it. But for now, I'm done. I'll be posting feedback for these scenarios and reviews of these characters in the coming days. And I hope you enjoyed the series. If you did, then like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.